And we're going to see Roberts here. He homered back in the 7th inning of this game. First pitch on the way. Oh, that runs inside. That got him. And as you might have expected, the way this is going, a warning had to come here. This pitcher's going to have to really rein this thing in. For that matter, both these pitchers, or we're going to have some problems.
Yeah, there's no question about this. And this is about player safety. For sure. We're going to see if it changes the way pitchers throw.
Swing and a line into right center. And that's through a base hit. Roberts heads for third.
Well, that's just great hand-eye coordination right here. He saw the defense, knew where he wanted to go with it, and he did it.
And a really measured, confident swing right there. Excellent touchdown.
Everything going right for him that time.
And Cespedes is in the box. He's trying to end this thing right here and now.
Well, any type of base hit now does the trick.
He deals. Swung on and dribbled out in front of the plate. In time for the out. So they pick up a run on the home run and pull even. Extra innings coming up here in Oakland. Looking to the lineup, 6, 7, 8 hitters on their way to the plate. Let's check out this. Ball game and see what Jimmy Leland may be thinking. Of it. This is where you hope you have that lineup inspired enough to get the offense you need and get the club back in it. And Infante's batting. He'll start things off here in inning number. Hit in the dirt. And Bartlett picks it up. And the throw pulls him off the bag. He is safe. And it's Johnny Peralta in the box now. Well, he digs in here, Steve. A golden opportunity to be the hero.
And with nobody out, they need to find a way to advance the runner into scoring position.
And in this tie ball game, taking a look at the pen, we got some double-barreled action.
Well, they've got them both up out there trying to get a sense as to how they feel, how fresh they are, and then make a decision about who to bring in.
Watches that fastball. That goes by him for a strike. And it's through. Credit Peralta, base hit.
He is putting on a mini clinic right there with this third hit, and he might not be done.
It's Dirks at the plate. Single home a run in his last at bat. Green will be the new pitcher. They've decided it's time to bring a new arm into this one.
Well, going to the bullpen right here, that's his chess move. Let's see if it's checkmate. They better be careful, Gary, with him on second base. He can run, and he has the ability to read the pitcher and get a good jump as well.
Has to dive, but he's back in there in time. The 1-1. Watches that fastball go by, and now he's at 1-2. The pitch. Swing and a miss on the breaker, one down.
Well, it's a big first out right there, but he finds himself still in a jam, in a tie game. Going to be absolutely critical to be aggressive with the next hitter.
And we've got Graham now taking his AB. He singled in his last at bat. It's going to be Kenley Jansen on the mound. They've decided it's time to bring a new arm into this one. So, Steve, what's he going to be conscious of now as he looks at this Detroit lineup?
Well, for Kenley Jansen on the mound, it's about power stuff. A former catcher, he is now a power pitcher. A very hard fastball in the mid to high 90s. Very tough to hit, a strikeout machine.
At the belt, the 1-0. It's fouled off. Hit in the air to center field. 2 away.
Oh, that's a huge out right there. Now with 2 down, they've got a legitimate chance of getting out of this inning with the game still tied.
So Austin Jackson will try to keep it going. Drove in a run earlier in the game.
Well, a couple guys on right now, Gary, with speed at second base. We'll see if they try to put pressure on them and try to start both runners. If they throw them out at third, they'll still have a man in scoring position.
First pitch was a strike, 0-1 now.
As a hitter, you don't want to fall too far behind in the count. Right now, you want to be able to know what pitch he's going to throw.
The strike 2 pitch, and Kenley Jansen gets him.
Well, now that he's in the hole and behind, I suspect we're going to see a heater coming in there.
Struck him out, so they'll go to work, see if they can't win it in the bottom half. They pick up no runs on a hit, and they leave 2-1. Still a tie game in Oakland.
And a great opportunity for Josh Donaldson to come up big for his team.
Bottom half of this extra inning, you want to win this right now, and he's got a chance to do it.
Well, he's got to be feeling the pressure, no question about it. And all it takes is a big fly to end this game. So let's see if he pitches around him a little bit.
Bottom half of the 10th underway, 0-1 count.
Well, that's some kind of pitching. You set up the target on the outside corner, and he paints the black with it. Awfully tough when you have that kind of location.
This one has popped up to the left side out of play. Big swing and a miss on a heater. Strike him out, 1 down.
K-Cam's going to show us the 4-seam fastball here.
You'll see this one going up and away, and as a hitter, that pitch looks as big as ever, but it's so tough to make contact on it.
And what he's got to do now is make sure that doesn't affect his confidence on the next AB. It's Grandal at the plate. He, of course, had that big homer that came in the 8th. Swinging from the heels, and he missed it. 0-1.
Well, that's just one of those the pitcher says, here it comes, try to hit it. Fastball hitter, he wanted that pitch. He just didn't quite come up with the swing.
Line drive. That's the second out of the inning.
That's a big showdown right here. See if Josh Reddick is up for it.
Bottom half, extra inning, game on the line. Let's see what we get for a swing here.
Boy, you played this long. It would be tough for either side to lose. Let's see how it plays out.
And he swings and hits this one foul. Here's the pitch. A shot up the middle, and there we go, the winning run on base. He's going to try to stretch it. Probably thinking about the matchups here as we check the bullpen. Left-handers throwing.
Oh, that's right. I think they're getting him loosened up to face the hitter in the on-deck circle.
And here's Brandon Moss. He's really looking to keep this going. There are, however, 2 down.
Well, a gapper could be a game-winning base hit here, so look for the outfield to play nothing over their head.
And that runner at first will be flying on contact. And here goes Reddick after the steal. No runs at a base hit. They leave 1 man on at first. And a marathon. It goes on here in Oakland. He's counting on getting to the next inning. Pitching choice is critical here. And it's Victor Martinez in the box now. Last time up, flew out. Tie ball, swung and a fly ball. And that is in there, the go-ahead run on base.
Well, someone showed up today. He came up big time today for these guys. Look at the swing. Confident, relaxed, one of the sweetest going.
And Miguel Cabrera to bat. Well, he digs in here, Steve. A golden opportunity to be the hero.
And with nobody out, they need to find a way to advance the runner into scoring position.
Jansen gets set, and he delivers. Slider just misses the black, falls behind 2-0.
Trying to throw it in on the hitter's hands right here, trying to get him to flinch and open up. He just laid off the pitch, didn't get the strike.
And Cabrera's got himself a hit.
I don't know when I've seen a guy this on in the batter's box. Great day at the plate when you get 3 hits. 4 hits is a fantastic day, but 5, come on.
Now, Prince Fielder. Big opportunity here for the Tigers. Gets it. Got one. Decides not to try for the double play. Hangs on to it.
Well, there's nothing fancy here. This is just a straight butt, but he gets down the line so quickly, he's able to beat this thing out.
Smith is the batter now. 2 hits, 5 trips to the plate for him. Struck out swinging last time up. Fielder's the runner at first. Fielder's on second. That's a good pitch from Jansen. It's in there.
And you can throw the ball down to the zone with that kind of movement. It can be very effective.
Ground ball, Smith. Grabs it. 1. But he'll hang on to that, so they will get 1.
Now, sometimes you make a great pitch, and the hitter just happens to be lucky at this particular time. This is one of those balls, not a play could be made on it. That's why he's on first base.
And it's Siriaco at the plate. And he's looking to bring in that go-ahead run from third.
Now, with 2 outs, the infield can play back, but it's still a dangerous situation with this hitter at the plate.
And very late in the game. And Jansen's pitch out of the zone. Third pitch to him, swung on and missed, strike 1.
Well, he recognized that 2-seamer. It seemed like his timing was right there, but he tried to turn on it and just came up empty.
Hit sharply towards the hole. Throw on to second base, forced play, side retired. They pick up no runs on 2 hits and strand 1. We're still deadlocked here in the...
Now, Jerry, we've had quite a game leading up to this moment, and this could be the defining moment.
Bottom half, extra inning. Potential go-ahead run standing at the plate.
Now, Jerry, both guys know a walk-off homer wins it. The fans want it to end.
0-1 is the count. We get ready here in the bottom of the 11th.
Credit the catcher on that one.
Bartlett puts it on the ground. And Peralta, nice work. So Bartlett is retired. Fred Jackson to the plate with 1 down. And he had that big home run back in the 9th inning. Swings and misses. The sinker, 0-1.
Well, he got a little over anxious on that last sinker and swings and misses.
Swung on, hit in the air to right center. This one towards Smith. And he gets over and grabs it with the left. And we're going to see Roberts here. We'll try it again. Hit by a pitch. As last time. Here's the first pitch. Swings and misses at the curve, 0-1.
Well, a perfect location right there. When you're a hitter and you see a ball and it's in the strike zone for a long time like that one was, you start your swing early and then it breaks out over the plate. There's nothing you can do to hold up.
Fastball swung out and missed, and the side's retired. Nothing doing here in this half inning. And a marathon. It goes on here in Oakland. And if you're just joining our 2K Sports Major League Baseball broadcast with John Kruk and Steve Phillips, I'm Gary Thorne. And Johnny Peralta up. He's going to start things off here, top half of the inning. And we've got Tony Cingrani out on the mound. He's been chosen to take over out there. And it's 0-2. Johnny Peralta, he'll be swinging anything close.
Well, this is where the pitcher wants to throw the knuckle curve down in the zone. You start it there, and if the hitter swings at it, maybe it drops out of the zone, but he gets the called strike.
Herring. One away. It's Dirks at the plate. He struck out swinging in his last at bat. We'll see what he sees first here. Here's a swing, a fly ball deep down the line and right. As he drops back for it and puts it away. And we've got Graham now taking his AB. He's had 3 hits in 6 appearances. On the way. Looked like the knuckle curve, and it just misses. 1-0.
Well, that's where you want to throw that knuckle curve. That's a pitch that when it leaves the pitcher's hand, the hitter thinks it's a fastball, and all of a sudden it drops down out of the strike zone. Good job of pitching. Better job by the hitter for not fishing for it.
Now the 1-1 pitch. Knuckle curve just off the black, and it's 2-1.
Well, Gary, even with a 2-1 count, I'm figuring right now you've got to go borderline strike out of the zone. You run the risk of a 3-1 count, but he likes to swing here.
Sinker is in there. Called the ball. Beg your pardon. 3-1.
Well, and that'll saw his batting too if he swings at that one.
3-2.
And the sinker falls in there. 3-2 now. Fouled off. The 3-2 pitch. Headed for the middle. Gets down. The go-ahead runs on base.
Well, you wonder he had the energy to run to first base after seeing that many pitches, fouling off pitches, taking tough pitches, but he did. Well, thank goodness he only had to run 90 feet because I'd imagine he was pretty tired.
So Austin Jackson will swing, hot shot. Oh, man, was that close. That was right back at him. Somehow he got out of the way.
And you can't help feeling good for this guy. I mean, 4 hits in a game doesn't happen often. When it does, you got to love it.
Fiore at the plate. Bolding coming in now to pitch. He's been chosen to take over out there.
This is where the manager earns his money. Let's see if this move pays off.
That one swung on its line. And he's out at first. What an out. So no runs, 2 hits, and they strand 2. Still a tie game in Oakland.
Well, you want late inning fireworks. We've got it right here.
Bottom half, extra inning, game on the line. Let's see what we get for a swing here.
Boy, you played this long. It would be tough for either side to lose. Let's see how it plays out.
And a strike to start the back half of the extra. 0-1.
Well, it's tough to do any damage when you throw a slider down. And
that swung on and a liner here. And he's on the potential winning run. Get ready. He's going to try to stretch it.
And the offense is rolling here already. No outs. They got a runner on first base. RBI opportunities for the guys coming up behind him.
Now it's Yoenis Cespedes. And he needs to move over that go-ahead run that's at first.
He's got to do anything he can to advance this runner and get him into scoring position.
They've got the outs to work with. And so the defense unable to get it done. And he's running on the move for third. To deep right center. This one towards Smith. 1 away. Runner on his way to third.
Well, I followed the scouting reports. They moved the outfielders back before the play, and they were in exactly the right position to be able to make the catch. Good coaching.
And Josh Donaldson will be looking to drive something right here. He could win this thing right now. Fly ball someplace deep.
Well, I expect them to bring the infield and the outfield in here to try to cut that runner down at the plate.
And that just gives him more options at the plate to get a base hit. It's Grandal at the plate. He, of course, had that big homer that came in the 8th. I saw him off inside with that pitch for strike 1.
He must not have eaten for a long time because he was hungry for this pitch. Problem was, it's a pretty good slider. You swing that hard at a slider, pretty good chances you're going to come up empty.
He sends this one in the air towards center. Now it's 2 down. Runners on the move. And they win it. Game-winning run is across.
Well, the hometown fans going home in celebratory fashion, Gary, as they win this one in the final inning, getting it done in an unbelievable game.
Now look at our player of the game. A standout performance deserving of the recognition today.
Yeah, I mean, this guy came out and made this team look like world beaters today. Couple of hits, and he went big fly. All in all, it adds up to a nice day's work, and they come away on top.
And, Steve, that ought to send these folks home happy.
Oh, no question about it. They get the win in a close game, a lot of excitement and enthusiasm, and ready for the next one.
So glad you could join us. For Steve Phillips and John Kruk, I'm Gary Thorne. We'll see you real soon.